Good grief. Oh my God, look at this hoard. Black market of stolen goods. Unbelievable. Total disaster.
Significant changes in how Seattle and King County will approach homelessness. Today, the executive and mayor jointly announcing a major downsizing of the King County Regional Homelessness Authority.
The main thing we want to talk about on this is when he's doing the drive-by, something that I've never seen before is this exterior fence with barbed wire around an entire strip mall. We've obviously seen the cages in Walgreens. We've seen the thick bulletproof glass at the inner city wing place, but I've never seen an entire strip mall just go, all right, we're gonna spend $40,000 to get this fence and barbed wire up because the street rats are that bad.
The King County Regional Homelessness Authority has been mired in controversy for many years, and a recent audit released damning evidence of $13 million of unaccounted spending.
It's like a huge investment, and all you're doing is like something that should have been prevented by police and policy.
Yeah, but we're supposed to be this first world country, and I see we're making innovations on homelessness.
They're innovating backwards to keep people out because it's like a zombie movie outside.
So Seattle's mayor just admitted the agency that she inherited to fix homelessness spent 5 years and $200 million a year making things worse. Now she's stripping it down. Let's get into it.
Significant changes in how Seattle and King County will approach homelessness. Today, the executive and mayor jointly announcing a major downsizing of the King County Regional Homelessness Authority. That agency has been tasked with solving the homeless crisis since 2019, but since then, the rate of homelessness has only gone up and millions of dollars unaccounted for.
2019 to now, basically 6-7 years, this wasn't a pilot program that ran for a few months and hit a snag. This was a fully funded, fully staffed regional authority with $200 million annual budget. And the headline result isn't homelessness went down, it's we can't account for $13 million. $13 million is gone and they do not know where it went. That's what happens when an agency exists to spend money than actually exists to solve a problem. Nobody in this organization was risking their own money. Nobody had their mortgage on line if this thing failed. The incentive structure was never to produce results or shut down. It was produce results and we'll just evaluate you again, form a committee, maybe restructure in a few years. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Multiple years of leadership turnover, multiple audits, and it takes a forensic evaluation, an outside firm coming in to do what the internal oversight should have caught years 1, 2, 3 before anyone admits the model isn't working. This is what government inefficiency actually looks like on the ground. Not incompetence from one person, it's a structural failure to ever be forced to answer for the money.
Mayor Wilson and I have inherited a lot of issues, but we will not maintain the status quo just because change is hard.
We are reabsorbing our city and county contracts to the city and the county. And, this I feel is really, for me, a matter of taking political responsibility.
The agency's budget is roughly $200 million per year. The move means the agency will see most of those dollars go away, but will handle around $67 million in federal continuum of care funding to fight homelessness.
Now here's where it gets politically interesting for our Seattle Socialist Mayor Katie Wilson. She ran on having more government, more spending, more taxing the rich to fund exactly this kind of public infrastructure. And now she's the one standing at the podium explaining why an agency built on that philosophy just lost track of millions of taxpayer dollars while the problem got worse. That's not a coincidence. That's a position progressive spending advocates keep finding themselves in. You built a case for more government involvement, then you have to personally clean up whatever happens when that involvement doesn't have any kind of market discipline behind it. Notice the language too, taking political responsibility. That's someone trying to get ahead of the story before it becomes socialist mayor pet agency loses $13 million. It's a smart move politically, but let's not let the framing distract from the number. Roughly $200 million a year, and almost all the local portion is getting pulled back because the city and county don't trust the agency to manage it anymore. That's the taxpayer footing the bill either way. First for the failure, Now for the fix.
We have seen another significant increase, especially in our rates of unsheltered homelessness, which we should all feel is unacceptable.
KCRHA CEO Dr. Kelly Kinnison acknowledged the agency hasn't met expectations, but she says eliminating it is not the answer.
It is a failed experiment, and I think we need to do something different.
Quote, it's a failed experiment. That's the CEO of the agency saying about her own organization, the person running it. And her solution isn't to shut it down, it's let's do something different, which respectfully is what everyone says right before the next iteration of the same problem. This is a pattern of government programs that aren't working. The answer is almost never maybe this structure itself is the issue. It's we need more oversight, we need more financial controls, we need a reset. Meanwhile, unsheltered homelessness, the most visible, the most urgent form of this crisis, is going up, not down, up. While the agency responsible for coordinating the response spent 6 years accumulating audits instead of results, if a private business had the same track record, it wouldn't get a reset. It would go bankrupt because customers would stop paying for a product that doesn't work. Government doesn't have to have any kind of discipline built in. Taxpayers don't get to walk away. That's the fundamental difference, and is on full display here.
The executive and mayor will provide their specific proposal to dial back KCRHA in August. A lot of reaction has already come in from city and county leaders, many applauding the current plan, but others, including Councilmember Reagan Dunn, saying KCRHA is a failed experiment. He wants the agency completely dissolved.
And this is really the honest ending to the story. Even people inside the system are saying the reset doesn't go far enough. A sitting Congress member is saying this thing needs to be dissolved, not restructured. And I don't think this person is wrong by saying that, because this is the pattern we keep seeing. Instead of admitting that the structure failed and just ending it, the instinct is always to reorganize it, rename its focus, bring in some kind of monitoring firm, and give it another shot with our taxpayer money on the line again. Maybe the right sizing works this time, maybe it doesn't. Either way, the fact that we're even having this conversation, 6 years, $200 million a year, and millions of dollars being accounted for, should be the actual headline. Now the agency gets restructured. Agencies given hundreds of millions of dollars for 6 years produce worse outcomes and it's still not being shut down. That's the story beneath the story. So where does that leave us? An agency created to solve homelessness in King County spent 6 years and roughly $200 million a year, and by every single measure that counts, unsheltered homelessness went up, not down, and millions of dollars just disappeared with no real explanation. Now it's getting stripped down, not shut down, and half of the political leadership in the city thinks that's not enough. This is the pattern, not because the people involved are corrupt or malicious. Most of them probably believe in what they're doing. But when you remove the discipline and competence that comes with spending your own money, when there's no consequence for failing beyond another audit or another reset, this is what you get. Taxpayers keep footing the bill, and the agency just gets another chance regardless of the results. Katie Wilson built her entire platform on the idea that more government spending is the answer. Now she's the one explaining why the agency built on that idea cannot account for its own money. That is not an accident. That's the tension at the center of this entire story, and it's the one that we're going to keep watching, because in August we get an actual transition plan, and that's when we'll find out if this is a real accountability situation here or just a rebrand. We'll check it out and we'll let you guys know. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.